So today we're going to be talking about how to start, maintain a YouTube channel, and then we're going to have a Q&A at the end. So if you guys have any questions, ask us anything.
Brandon wrote down some notes somewhere.
I got notes on my phone. Very organized here. Okay. So we're going to keep it basic because we know everybody's kind of starting in a different spot. But like I said, at the end, if you have more advanced questions, we'll do our best to answer them. You want to start off, OB?
Yeah, let me see what you wrote down here, bud.
There's my note right there.
All right, let me go to the top here. Some things might be... Yeah, so when you start a YouTube channel, I think the first thing you need to do is just start creating. Just start making anything. Because a lot of people try to aim for perfection. And like, you just gotta start making, get some practice in, figure out what you wanna do. And then if you still enjoy YouTube, I say after like 50, maybe even 100 videos, then start taking it serious. But at the start, I would say just have some fun with it.
I was saying like my first channel was a tennis channel. So like, I think in the beginning, just put out a lot of videos, have fun with it like OB said. You don't have to like, I only want to play Minecraft or I only want to make, you know, certain vlog videos. My first 15 videos were tennis videos, which has nothing to do with my channel now.
These notes are terrible.
They're gone. But yeah, and the first videos are always going to be your worst anyway, so
yeah,
get the practice out of the way. It doesn't matter if you're not getting a lot of views because that's
that comes over time.
Yeah.
Camodo, say something.
Something. I would say that my channel was a little bit different than both of y'all's because mine was just purely luck as far as game choice. Because as soon as I uploaded, I mean, I was already tracking and getting views, but I had to kind of learn the hard way because when I started, my first videos, which are still uploaded, they're terrible. Like the audio's bad, I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't even like live recording, so I would record the footage and then I would go back and like just talk over it. But somehow, I guess I got a little bit more lucky than the other guys here when we started.
Yeah, we took a while. So I probably took a year before I started getting some traction. OB took about 83 years.
It took a
while. OB's, what are you, 90 now?
Getting close.
Looks good for your age.
Yeah.
But it takes a while. I think that's our point. Komodo did get a little lucky, not lucky, but you picked a good game to start with.
There was a little bit of luck there.
A little bit of,
it was bad.
Yeah, so like when you start a YouTube channel, the best advice to like actually start growing would be to copy someone you look up to. So for me, I made like a...
Did you look up to me?
No, not at all.
Oh.
I didn't know who you were.
Oh.
Yeah, so I made about 1,000 videos on YouTube. They're all deleted now, but those are like my practice videos. I just threw them out there, and whatever views I got it. And when I started seeing like, hey, I'm now getting 10 views per video, 20 views per video, maybe I should start taking it a little bit more serious. And that's when I started copying people like Dragas, not Camodo. I would copy Camodo now, but back then I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, you were terrible back then.
Yeah, I think like we were saying, like, upload a bunch of videos, get better at what you're doing, and then start to focus in. So like, don't copy a channel exactly. So if OB...
I copied Dragas exactly.
Well, you know what, that's fine too. But find a channel that you kind of want to be like, and model yourself off of them. So if you want to be like OB or Camodo, maybe start doing some Gmod. Don't copy the exact idea, but...
I would copy the exact idea.
Come up with your own character. Maybe you can model. All right, you know what? Just copy what OB does.
Me and Spy did the same game, and we both got popular off the same game. And he started jumping ahead of me, so I was like, I'm going to start doing what Spy's doing. So I copied.
All right, you know what? Just copy that. That's
just change the title a little bit.
There's a difference between doing YouTube for fun and doing YouTube as a business. Like, there's a lot of mornings I wake up and I just don't want to make a video, but it's also my job, so I have to, right? So a lot of times I'll just peek over at
That was note 5, OB. How we got to work hard.
Work hard.
No, I'm not to interrupt you. Sorry.
Sorry. I lost my train of thought.
I think, like we said, have fun with it, take it seriously as you're starting to grow, but it does eventually become like it becomes a job. It's a great job, But it does become a job where, hey, I gotta wake up at 6:30 in the morning. You know, we had those periods where all of us were working full-time jobs and trying to balance YouTube on the side.
Yeah.
Probably staying up until 4 or 5 in the morning and then waking up at 7 a.m. So I mean, it does become a lot of work over time.
Yeah.
Like you see the 15-minute, you know, fun, silly video, but there's a lot of, you know, hours of editing, hours of making thumbnails, posting it. But definitely beats accounting. That's what I used to do.
It's all practice. It's just practice. Just make as many videos as you can. When you start seeing yourself like, I love this idea, I love what I'm doing right now, then you start to focus, start to learn about thumbnails, SEO, very important, which is titles, description. That's how YouTube recommends your channels out and stuff like that. And then just copy people. That's really, it sounds stupid, but that's really what it comes down to.
I would say model yourself off of me.
Don't copy exactly. Don't steal.
Copy them exactly.
Don't steal thumbnails.
Don't steal
That's
thumbnails.
exactly,
Do not do that.
I mean like copy video ideas.
Yeah.
Editing style.
So you're growing now, right? You got maybe a couple hundred subscribers, maybe 1,000 subscribers. Let's get in, now you want to start looking at your analytics, right? So I wouldn't do that at first. Don't even look at views. It doesn't matter because in the beginning you're not going to get a lot of views. That's when you're supposed to practice. Now you're getting some views. Now there's a section on YouTube called the YouTube Analytics section. So you can see your views, you can see, I'd say the 2 biggest stats in my opinion are probably average view duration. So if you have a 15-minute video, how many minutes of that 15 minutes are they watching? Are they watching 2 minutes and then leaving? That's telling YouTube, hey, this video wasn't that entertaining. Are they watching 10 minutes out of your 15-minute video? They're gonna push it. And if you have a, you know, you'll have a video that has great retention.
Yeah.
So look at your analytics and be like, okay, these 3 videos got 60% retention. These 3 got 30. We'll try to make your videos a lot more similar to your 60. Like, hey, I said a lot in this video. Let me try to cut that out. Different things like
No,
that.
that's a good point, yeah. And there's multiple ways to turn YouTube into a business as well. Like there's some people who will release a video, it'll hit 200, 300,000 views in the first day, and you look at their channel and all their videos do that. And you're like, this guy must be like killing it right now. And then there's the OB way of doing things where I just upload a bunch of stuff, and although they only get like maybe 50 to 60,000 views in the first day, they'll continuously get views forever. So I call it the stack. I just make a bunch of videos that relate to the previous video, and they keep stacking on each other. And then over time, I can look back right now, and videos I made 3 years ago are still getting like maybe 100, 200 views an hour.
Whereas you've got like the Mr. Beast approach where it's like, all right, Mr. Beast is gonna invest a ton of money per video, but he's only gonna release 1 or 2 a month.
Right.
They might get more views, but you've got, this is more for gaming if you're into gaming.
Right.
You can afford to upload a video every single day, or like Camodo and OB, maybe 2 videos a day. So even if each video isn't a home run, they, like you said, they kind of stack on each other, and you're, you know, 100 here, 100 here, 100 here, it adds up.
And that's the good thing about YouTube too, like no matter, just keep making videos, let them stack, make sure all your titles, descriptions kind of relate to each other, so YouTube will try to ping pong views off your older videos to your new videos and vice versa. So like, when we title videos or come up with ideas, we try to relate to each other a lot.
Yeah.
So when Camodo does a video on like BeamNG, and I do a video on BeamNG, YouTube will recommend me off of his videos and vice versa. When people watch my videos, when my video ends, they'll jump to his channel because YouTube will just recommend that. And that's how we kind of formed like a circle between all of us, where all our views are just ping-ponging back between us all.
Yeah, like if you watch one of our videos, if you look on the right side, you'll probably see some of our, other, like if you watch one of my videos, you'll probably see OB, Camodo, Spy Cakes on the right side. Which by the way, Spy Cakes couldn't make it because he's up in Canada.
It's COVID.
COVID and stuff. We didn't, OB said he kicked him out of the group. That's a lie.
That is actually true.
OB might have kicked him out of the group. But I invited him back, so he's back in. The second thing for analytics, other than views, so you've got your average view duration, which is basically telling YouTube how entertaining is the video. The second thing is called CTR, right, which means click-through rate. So that's basically how good is your title and how good is your thumbnail.
Right, yeah.
So when someone sees your video come by, how often do they click on it? And believe it or not, it's really important. You could have the most entertaining video in the world, but if your thumbnail and title stink, nobody's going to click on it and no one's going to see it. So that's a big part of it.
No, that's totally true. I've had videos that I've released that were doing horrible. Probably the worst videos I've ever released. I changed the thumbnail. I just moved my character a little bit to the left on the thumbnail. Video just explodes.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, there's also, as Camodo said earlier, there's a lot of luck involved too. You need everything you got to do everything you can, and then also hope that the YouTube gods hit you with a little luck.
You have to be in the right spot at the right time. It really does come down to a lot of luck, but you can brute force your way into it, I think. By just making a lot of videos, getting a lot of practice in.
Staying up with trends is important too, especially in games.
Trends.
So like, all right, the Squid Game's really big right now. So there's a lot of, Roblox, there's a lot of different mods for Squid Game. So if you can jump on that, or, when Baldi's Basics was popular, when
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. So there's different ways that you can, like you said, brute force get in. Like, I don't think it's luck that we were able to get the views. There was a little bit of luck, but I think, maybe we kept up with the trends and we're smart with always keeping up with updates too.
I feel like YouTube will always give you a chance. You'll always have that one video release that will just do better than your other ones. Whether that video that's doing good is like 10 views instead of 5 views. When you see you're getting 10 views in that video, this is double in my previous video, maybe I should make more of this stuff. And then maybe it'll go up to 20 views. Oh, I'm gonna make more of this again. And then it keeps growing and growing and growing. That's why if you look at like our channels, I have like 600 Gary's Mod videos.
They're all piling on each other.
They're just all piling on each other. Same with him with the BeamNG drive. I think you have like 500 of those.
400. How many Gary's mods do you have?
600?
Rigricks?
500?
All right, let's talk about money.
Okay.
All right. So I got my notes. You got all right, how much you make, whatever, we're not gonna get into that, but one of the biggest stats on YouTube, once you start getting 1,000 subscribers and you get into the partnership program, you've got CPM, right? Clicks per mil, that's what it's called.
I think so. Yeah.
So basically it's how many dollars you make per 1,000 views,
yeah.
right? So this is something that you're gonna look at. Now, if you're family friendly, that might go up a little bit. If you swear in a lot of your videos, that might come down a little bit, depending on what genre you're in. So finance channels get a higher CPM. So you might see, hey, this guy got 1 million views this month, but I made more than him, but he says the F word every other time.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's ways that you can improve your CPM.
Yeah.
But if you ever want, so one of the questions I get a lot from adults, kids, everybody is, so you make money doing this, right? Like they're surprised. You make money making gaming videos on YouTube? The way we get paid, like physically the way we get paid is, when you watch one of our videos and a little advertisement pops up, you might get annoyed and click off of it really quickly. We'll get maybe a penny, 2 pennies off of that, right? So, you have to get a lot of views for it to add up, but eventually it adds up and it can be, hopefully lucrative enough that you can pay your bills.
Yeah,
That's what we all hope for.
I mean, and just understand it starts slow. I think it took me 1.5 years to make my first dollar.
My first month I made 18 cents.
Yeah. So I was working 2 full-time jobs. I really wanted to be a YouTuber. Like I said, I idolized Dre Gas back in the day. And to do that, I was working 2 full-time jobs. I was doing 3 video uploads a day. I was exhausted. And I made almost no money off of YouTube. It took about 1.5 years. And that's about 1.5 years into it is when I started copying people. I saw Dre Gas uploaded a game. It was a brand new game. I made a title very similar to his because I wanted YouTubers who watched him to see my video on the sidebar. And YouTube would put that there because my video was related to his. And people would click on it, and hopefully I was entertaining enough to have them stay. It worked. I don't know how.
Yeah.
So
I guess the point is like, don't get into, we always say it and it sounds cliche, but don't get into YouTube to get rich because it takes a lot of time and, all right, you have Mr. Beast, I keep mentioning him. I mean, you have some YouTubers that are making millions of dollars, Dream, but it's rare. I mean, it's tough to get to that point. So get into it for fun, do it as a hobby. And if it leads somewhere like us, like where you can do it as a job and you're fortunate enough, then that's great. And then keep working harder and try to grow things. But definitely don't think you're going to upload one video and be giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars like some of these YouTubers. It took them years to make it. Even Mr. Beast was doing it for 5-6 years before he made any money.
I think he was doing
He was like a
reactions.
little kid.
He was doing like the intro reactions.
I think I have one more thing on my notes. If you guys think of anything, and then we'll open it up to you guys for questions.
Yeah, it's such a broad subject. I don't know where to begin.
Paul told us to do this one. I don't know if they know Paul. Brand deals.
Brand deals.
So this is kind of relates to money. This is kind of, you know, how we make our money. So all right, you can make money on ad revenue, which is the majority of our income. You can sell merchandise, shirts, you know, stickers, things like that, or brand deals.
Yeah, the videos that you guys hate when we do and click off immediately, where we say thank you for sponsoring this video, those are our brand deals. So they pay us to play their game on the channel and talk about it for a little bit. And that's another way to make a good chunk of money right there.
Yeah, so there'll be a new microphone or something. So what brand is this? Shore is going to reach out to OB and say, hey, we're going to give you 83 cents to talk about our microphone for 60 seconds. You've got to talk about this, and this, and then we'll give you the 83 cents.
Yeah.
Which would be a good brand deal for you.
Pretty lucrative.
We'll work your way up there.
Get there.
I would imagine that it's important, though, that when you accept brand deals, that you're not just accepting anything.
Exactly.
Because there's certain things that will not work with your audience or might not be appropriate. I've gotten a couple of those where I was like, I can't take this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a toilet once to sponsor me. Well, I didn't take it, but
You didn't take the toilet?
It was a toilet.
What did it do?
Well, no, it was a smart toilet. So if you sit on it, it keeps your butt warm. And
You didn't take that?
well, there was an app. I didn't take it. No.
I feel like I would have taken it.
I would have taken that one.
It was a smart toilet. I don't know. I mean, I didn't think it related to. Well, I guess everybody uses the toilet. Maybe it would have related to my audience.
It would have been a good one.
Yeah. Maybe I'll reach out to him. I don't remember the
I
name.
took a seat cushion.
You did take a seat.
When I was very tiny YouTuber, like 100 subscribers, this company reached out and was like, would you like to cover our seat cushion? Okay. They sent me a free seat cushion, that's it, that's all I got.
I don't remember getting any really neat ones. You guys, I mean, I would have taken the smart toilet.
Which one?
The toilet? I would have taken that one. I don't know about the cushion, though.
I made my choice. Made my decision.
Now I feel full of regret for not taking the toilet. I don't know if there's anything else right now. If you guys have questions about YouTube, that's fantastic. If you have questions about us, that's also fine.
Yeah, it's such a broad subject. I don't know how to cover or even where to begin with it all.
Yeah.
Like, it's so.
I think we have a broad knowledge on YouTube though, so if you guys do have questions, we should be able to answer it, at least to the best of our ability. Should we
Try.
open it up?
Open it up.
Should we just point at them? Or?
Just don't point at people. We'll figure it out.
Point at people.
For a kid to have a YouTube channel that might be putting on some personal information.
Like having a YouTube channel with videos or just watching?
Channel where he's on his YouTube, yeah, it's his. Or he's downloading it.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, as long as you check on YouTube that you are, like, if you're under the age of 13 or whatever your age is, I think it's relatively safe. Because I know if you're a YouTuber that's under the age of 13, they won't have comments.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any, in my estimation, I don't think there's any danger in, like, people finding where you live or anything like that. The only danger I would say is getting bullied in the comment section. You know, I get told that they hate me and hope I die probably 50 times a day. So, I mean, I don't know if I would You get used to it, but I don't think maybe a 10-year-old or 11 or 12 would really want to be reading that every day.
But if you do get comments, I mean, you can go in and filter out, like, say your home address and all that. You can filter all that, just in case somebody does figure that out, or your phone number. It won't appear to everybody.
Yeah, there's a block list where you can put a list of keywords in there that whenever anyone types that on your channel, it just automatically blocks it. So I have things like address, phone number, because there's some people that will give me their full address in the comment section, and that's kind of dangerous.
Yeah. But if you are, I would say, I think it's 13 is the cutoff for YouTube, or maybe 12. Oh, he's 15?
Yeah.
You can turn off comments. That would be the biggest thing in my opinion.
He's filming in the driveway, and you see my license plate on my car. And
So that stuff I would do. So that's on you, right? I would do my best to not show the outside of my house,
Right.
not give away personal information. That stuff you're gonna have to be careful, because
Yeah.
I've done that before where I'm filming a video and I'm like, oh, my address is in the back, and I'll try to blur it out.
Yeah, so Brandon came over to my house 2 weeks ago, and the one thing we discussed before he showed up was like, make sure you don't get my address, my car, my license plate,
So if
stuff
you
like
saw
that.
that video, the only thing I did was I showed really up close on OB's door knocking, and then we were in the house. Yeah. So that would be the stuff that I would be careful about giving away your own personal information.
And then we have a bet. Who came up with Son of a Nutcracker?
Let's go.
Where did it come from?
Okay. It's from the movie Elf. Yeah. He yells "son of a nutcracker" at some point. I don't know where I came up with that. Got the Nutcracker plushie. I love it.
neat!
I
super
think
cool.
you guys credit for it. I was like, no, they got it from the movie.
We're not that clever. What are some of the ones that we've come up with? Hold on a silly second. That one's me.
That's you.
I've come up with a
I know
bunch
I
of
have
these.
like 100.
He just screams. I don't. Do you have any?
I just
sayings?
scream random words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's yours.
Yeah. Hey. Also a variation of it.
That might have been, what's that? I don't know, I was gonna make a bad joke. Let's just take another question.
What's a good recording software?
Oh, OBS, Open Broadcaster Software. Totally free to use, a little complicated to set up. There's thousands of tutorials on YouTube you can watch on it. You just gotta play with it a little bit. I would recommend having a 2-monitor setup if you're doing it on a computer. That way you can have your recording software on the left side and your game on the main, and then you can watch it, make sure it's all recording properly. YouTubers with face cams, you'll probably notice sometimes they look over to the left. That's them probably checking to make sure their recording is still working.
You're talking about screen recorder, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually a YouTuber myself. I'm almost up to 100K.
Oh, nice!
So I use Elgato, but at points I want to use a screen recorder for like some occasion, but I do have 2 monitors and stuff, but I just want to know what's a good screen recorder.
No, yeah, Elgato works pretty well. I just use OBS because I record only computer games basically, but when I'm recording console or anything else, I will use my Elgato. And then editing software is pretty important too. I recommend Adobe Premiere. I think that's $15 or $20 a month, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think, so for the screen recorder, OBS is like,
The best.
in my opinion, it's free and it's kind of the standard. Like,
Yeah.
Markiplier, if you're looking at gaming, I mean, it's almost like I'd say 95% of gaming YouTubers use OBS, even though it is free, because I was looking into other options. I'm like, well, let's see if I pay $100 for a screen
And
recorder.
I think I yelled at you.
You did. You yelled at me. I cried for 3 or 4 hours, and then I got over it.
Yeah.
And I realized that Obi was right for yelling at me. Yelled at myself, cried for another 3 or 4 hours, and then just went back to OBS. It really does everything 99% of people need. The ones that I paid for one. It was worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's just optimized.
yeah.
Yeah.
Editing software. I use Vegas Pro. I know you guys use Adobe Premiere.
I use
Premiere.
Yeah.
I use Resolve. DaVinci Resolve. It's a free program, but
Is
it's
that what you're using now?
yeah.
Huh?
But it's more complicated, I think. Like I would start with Vegas. Vegas is a good one to
I
start
would
with.
almost start. I started with
Premiere.
Windows Movie Maker. It was
Okay,
free.
well,
It's a
don't
good
do
way.
that.
It tried my best.
I think
It's free, right? It's a good way to start. Because I mean, some of these are expensive, right? Like Vegas Pro is like $500-600. You know, Adobe Premiere is like $20 a month indefinitely. So if you're just starting off, you might not have $600 sitting around for an editing software. There's a lot of good free options, and you can always go on YouTube and look up free editing software, and there's a million people that'll help you find the right things for you. Same with cameras, microphones, all those things. You know,
Yeah.
your phone is probably a better camera than you could get for anything less than $200-300 anyway. So it's a good way to start if you're doing face cam.
One on the left here.
Yeah.
So my 7-year-old is obsessed with being a drive with brick race, and guys, he wants to know how you can get multiplayer so that you can all like together from home, where you have to have different computers to play the game.
BeamNG and BrickRigs, none of them actually have any like co-op. You would have to have separate computers. BeamNG, the actual game doesn't have multiplayer. Somebody was able to mod it in, and I think it's called BeamNP. You can download it, and then you'll connect into servers. It's really easy to set up, but as far as everybody playing on the same screen, neither.
Yeah, I don't think that
Yeah,
works.
neither one of those will work. You'd have to have multiple computers for BrickRigs and BeamNG. Yeah.
And so multiple computers and multiple like programs on each computer.
Yeah, you would have to have copies on
Separate
each
Steam
computer.
accounts.
Probably separate Steam accounts.
Okay. And then how do you join like the other player?
BrickRigs is easy because they have a server browser, or you can create your own like right in the game, and then they can join. BeamNP is a little different. All the servers are hosted somewhere else, so you have to actually kind of both select the same server. It's fairly easy, like just pick one of them and then just tell the other person like, hey, join me in this server, and then y'all both be there and you'll be able to play. It's a little janky as far as Beam and P or Beam and G. It's a little hard to figure out, but once you get used to it, it's
I
it's
still
not
can't
hard.
figure it out.
Yeah, we have to hold his hand
Every
the whole time.
time. Every single time.
I haven't even tried. It's not worth
No,
trying.
not
Brick Rigs is pretty good as far as
Brick Rigs is
I
it's,
can figure out Brick Rigs, I can't figure out Beam Engine.
Yeah.
so if you on Brick Rigs, if you each have your own kind of Steam account, you can invite. So let's say, you know, I want to play with OB and Camodo, I can send an invite to them and it'll pop up on their computer and you just hit join. I know BeamNG is a lot more complicated, unfortunately, but
I'm gonna point.
gonna say,
Okay, I'm gonna go right side. That guy. You, buddy. Oh. So my name, I used to work at GameStop, and one day I walked into work. I was like a minute late. I was a bad boy. And my manager goes, oh, it's the beautiful OB. And then I was like, you know what? That's my YouTube channel name. Thank you, buddy.
one quick
Okay,
thing
okay.
before I get into my story. I don't think it's as important as, I don't know about you guys, as I thought it was, right? Like your name. Because if you think about it, when new people find you, like if you think about when you're on YouTube, how do you find new channels? You're not looking up the channel name, you're looking up either the game or the video. Like, all right, I want to watch Baldi's Basics or Brick Rigs or whatever, or Minecraft. And then you find the Minecraft video and you're like, I really like this guy. I don't know anybody that would be like, beautiful OB. I love this video, the name stinks, never mind. So I wouldn't kill yourself trying to find the perfect name. Come up with something you think is funny, something you like.
Like the frustrated gamer here.
That's it.
So have you ever been frustrated?
Very rarely.
I've never seen it.
The idea was I was just going to play games that were frustrating and annoying, and I was going to be yelling and screaming because I'm not good at video games. It's ironic. So that was my idea. Oh, I'll be the frustrated gamer. Then I made 10 videos, ran out of games that were frustrating, and I was just like, well,
You're stuck with
I
it now.
kept the name now.
Can't go back. And you named yourself after a dragon?
No. So my name Camodo actually came from a toilet. My grandparents would always call it a commode, and for some reason they would call me like Camodo or something. It was a weird play on the word. So everybody
Camodo,
thinks
did you just say your name is based on a toilet?
it is based on. That's why I would have taken the toilet deal. It would have worked out perfect.
That would have been a seamless transition.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's a Komodo dragon, and it's not
I
at all.
thought that, and we've been friends for like
You could have
6
named it
years.
the Komodo
Do what?
on your app, because mine came with an app.
Oh yeah.
I told you, it was a smart app,
It's
so you
the-
can name your toilet.
Komodo.
You could have named it the Komodo.
Oh.
I named
It's
mine
not
the
bad.
TFG toilet.
Now, as far as the burger, that came also really random. I used to play Scrap Mechanic, and we did like a multiplayer Monday where everybody would set up their garage and paint their logo. And my original logo was just a CG, and it was really bad. I mean, it's still bad, but it's a little bit better. One day I just drew a burger behind it, and they were asking me, why did you do this? And I was like, I don't know. And it stuck. I had somebody paint it up, and I just changed everything on the channel, and kids like it. So
Yeah.
I like the logo.
Yeah.
You like my logo?
My logo?
No, mine.
Thought.
It's decent.
I think your logo's great. My logo took a lot of effort. Real creative mind at
The
work.
process, yeah.
And then I just went like this and took a picture. And then that's that one. It didn't take very long.
That's good. Yeah, and my logo, I just asked my brother. He does like animations and art and stuff like that. I just asked him to draw me a picture of a guy that looked okay, and that's what he did. I think it came out okay.
Yeah, I guess.
My first logo was just OB. It was just the letter O and the letter B. It changed.
Somebody's been holding their hand up right there. Yeah. They've had it up for a while.
Back when I actually tried the YouTube channel several years ago, one of the things I was recommended to do was to try and network. And I've had no success with that at all. I'm not really trying to do that. What's the best way for like, you know, the YouTube to try and like, network? Like, who's going to try and like, friend and like, work with?
I thought that's a good question for us because we've kind of built a group, you know, by networking together.
Yeah.
It's hard though. It's hard.
It
though.
is hard. It's tough.
I mean, I just met Spy Cakes randomly on Reddit like 6 years ago, we both had like, I had 1,000 subscribers. I think he had like 5,000. We were small, but we were starting to get a little bit of growth. And we just had like the same idea. He was looking to play with a kid-friendly YouTuber. I was looking for the same. We just did a video together. It worked out. Later, about a year.
I was talking to Spy for like almost a year before we actually played together on Reddit, because we were all in the same Discord for the game, not Discord, subreddit for Scrap Mechanic, and I was like, oh, he's creating stuff too. And so I messaged him, and you were just there.
Yeah, we just met each other basically through Reddit, just randomly. I wasn't looking for anybody, I was just talking to other YouTubers.
I mean, almost every game has a Discord also. A lot of times you can find fellow creators in those, so you can try maybe networking that way.
And I mean, you're gonna record with people, and you're not always gonna get along. I've had an experience where I recorded with a few people, and we just didn't have the same ideas or views on things, and we just stopped.
I mean, I would say for the most part, obviously there's exceptions, but the best way to go about it is like find a subreddit. Like the Let's Play subreddit, there's a lot of beginning creators. Try to find someone that's in the same genre or topic as you, and is a similar size. They can be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, but it's gonna be really hard to find, you know, if you have 1,000 subs, it's gonna be really hard to convince someone with 2 million subs to, you know, collab with you.
Yeah.
But
And even if you do convince that guy with 2 million subs to collab with you, it doesn't mean you're gonna have overnight success.
no, it takes a while. I mean, even when I started, you guys were not 2 million. You had, I think you had 100,000 when
I think I
started.
had 250, I think.
Yeah, and we.
So
I
I had
got
about-
like maybe 1,000 subs that month. It's not like all of a sudden I had 250 subscribers. You
Right.
still have to be good at what you do, because if I'm in all of OB's videos and my videos stink, you're just gonna watch his.
Well, because I remember I was at 2,000 subscribers at one point. Spy Kicks had kind of blown up. He was at 20,000. And I went downstairs and I told my wife, I'm about to collab with this guy who has 20,000 subscribers. It's done, I'm quitting my job.
My parents know that exact conversation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When I met OB, and we had been chatting a little bit on and off, a little bit through Reddit, a little bit through the comment section, and then he popped in one of my live streams just because he was being nice. He's like, hey, you're doing a good job, keep working hard. And I was like, hey, what do I have to lose? So I was like, hey, if you ever want to make a video, let me know. And then we messaged each other on the side, and he was like, hey, you want to do something Thursday? Told Sam, told my parents, I'm like, I'm famous, I made it. I'm basically Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, so we collabed and he got like 10 subscribers that day. Oh, maybe like 100.
It was probably like 50 to 100. I mean,
50
it
to
was
100.
decent.
It's a decent
But
number.
the good thing is I had been doing YouTube for about a year by then.
So you had
So
experience.
I wasn't a big channel. I think I had about 1,000 subs at the time. But at least I had gotten to the point where, all right, my audio was decent, my video was decent. I was a little bit more comfortable on camera. Because everybody, it doesn't matter if you're outgoing or shy, like everybody's gonna be a little awkward on camera at first, and then you get more and more comfortable over time.
Yeah,
So by the time I started working with you, I think I wasn't used to collabing,
it's hard.
but at least my quality was okay.
Yeah, your quality was great.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
that was a long answer, but.
Yeah.
It was right there with this.
That was
sword?
sword?
Is that a sword?
So my question is, how do we reach your videos out for people? Like, try to increase
So are you doing gaming, or what's your gaming? So gaming's almost a little, in my opinion, it's not easy, but it's a little bit of a cheat code, because let's say you're filling your bathroom with packing peanuts. Like if you're making like a vlog, it's really hard to find something that people want to watch you do that don't already know you. You know, like I'm making a vlog about this weekend. Who's gonna want to watch me with 3 guys that they don't know? You know what I mean? But gaming's great because you can find a game that's popular. You could find a game that's, even if it's a niche game, and someone's gonna, you know, look up, I keep using Minecraft as an example. Let's say you make a Minecraft video. They're gonna look up Minecraft, maybe if you do a specific mod, Minecraft Hunger Games, whatever you do, and they might find your video. They're gonna watch you at first for the game, right? They're gonna be like, hey, I wanna watch this guy because I wanna see this game. And then if you're good, and if you get better, they're gonna start liking you. And then you start building an audience who are gonna watch you no matter what. So I mean, I made a video a couple weeks ago where I was locked in my car for 24 hours. You know, a topic that sounds extraordinarily boring, but I built my subscribers up to the point where, hey, I just wanna see what stupid things Brandon's doing this week. But gaming's great, like I said, because you can find a game that's popular or whatever, and that's how you can find new people. And make sure you have good titles,
Title,
thumbnails, tags, that might attract someone to your video.
Yeah. And a lot of things I see beginner creators do, and I did this myself, would be making a series in like episodes, like part 1, part 2, part 3, all the way up to like part 200. All videos have the same thumbnail. All videos have like the number in the thumbnail as well. I would try to say make every video unique to where you don't need to watch the previous video to watch the next video.
Well done. That was a good vlog clip.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, try to make every video stand out on its own. So like if people want to watch one of my Brick Rigs videos, they don't have to go back and watch my previous 500. They can jump into my brand newest one and basically know what's going on right on the spot.
And now if you're looking at, hey, I got one video that did well, how do I, keep the people coming back? You might know this already, but there's something on YouTube called playlists, right? So if, like OB, let's say someone finds his Brick Rigs number 500, and they were like, I really like this. Now, if you have a playlist, they can go back and watch your other Brick Rigs. It's a lot easier than just scanning through all your videos. So I think pretty much any game you play, put it in a playlist, even if it's the only one you've made. So that kind of groups things together. And I think YouTube kind of pushes your play, like if you release Gmod, they're probably going to push your Gmods a little bit more than your
I
other
think so,
videos.
yeah. That comes back to title, description too. SEO is very important. Try to make it relate to other YouTubers who are getting views in a similar game that you're playing. Like I talked earlier, copying.
Yeah. Use
Yeah.
the same idea. If you see, OB ran away from
Siren Head
in Gmod, maybe do something similar. Don't copy the title and thumbnail, but do a similar topic, and you always hope you kind of bounce off of them.
Next. You.
Good question. Favorite game?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it something you play on the channel?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
either.
like your favorite?
Your favorite game all time? Or favorite game on the channel?
On the channel.
Channel so far. Why are you looking at me?
Power washing simulator. Nah, that's
No, that's not true at all. That's probably my least favorite game.
yeah, that game was a little stale after.
I don't know. I kind of like everything that I play. And we play so many new games that it's always kind of changing for us.
Yeah, I mean, recently we just played a game called like Nickelodeon All-Stars, it was funny because it was all the characters that I grew up watching: Rugrats, SpongeBob, Hey Arnold, Doug, and like it was basically Super Smash Brothers, but for Nickelodeon. I had a blast playing
I had fun,
and we
too.
were playing together. That was one of the more fun games I played recently.
I guess deep down, Gary's Mod is probably my favorite game because I can make different stories in it and have different characters, and I can play with these guys all the time.
BeamNG would be mine because I just like to crash cars. And then if I get to join with him, I get to run him over. So
True.
I like
Sure,
that.
I do get run over a lot by this guy.
Dead by Daylight was fun, but that game kind of died for us. So that's the thing, it is a balance. Like, it is a job for us. This is our only job. So a lot of times we'll play a game that a lot of our fans will like, but the video did horrible. And they'll be like, why don't you listen to me, Obi? Why haven't you played Dead by Daylight in forever? And it's like, this, like I said, we're making a living doing this, so if a video does terribly, a lot of times we're not going to continue that series.
Like a lot of y'all probably noticed if y'all watch us, Brandon's no longer collabing with us as much. And that's because when we all did videos together, for some reason, YouTube wouldn't push Brandon's videos out, so he would get less views. But as soon as he went up and kind of did his own thing, he exploded, he grew.
I mean, I still love these guys. Like that, a lot of people are like, "Oh, why do you hate Camodo? Be inspired. Why did you guys kick Brandon out of the group?" We still talk just as much. I still love these guys like they're my best friends. But it is a business at the end of the day.
Yeah, so you have to do what's best for you. You have to look out for your channel, your views. As much as I miss playing with you, I'm happy to see you growing.
And we still get to meet up at these conventions and hang out and stuff like that. I don't know if we've called anybody on the right side.
No, I did a good side.
Oh, did you? Well, we're gonna go with this dude all the way back there. I think, yeah. Yep, the one looking backwards. It's hard to see, everything's dark. You gotta scream, I can't hear you from here.
Yeah.
Scream like you're OB. Say that again? I do. I have been known to like fried chicken from time to time. Do I like it with Old Bay? OJ? I'm sorry, it's so hard to hear from them. Oh, Old Bay season.
Old Bay.
Yeah, I do really like Old Bay. I put Old Bay on like crab legs. I don't eat crab legs very often, but when I do, I like them on French fries too. I don't know if I put it on fried chicken, but that seems like a fantastic idea.
I've never had it.
What happened?
I don't even know what Obey is.
You don't know what Old Bay seasoning is? No. It's delicious. I'll take you to Chicky and Pete's. We'll get you some crab fries. You'll be happy for a week.
I don't know what chicken pizza is.
You will tonight.
Question there? I don't live stream. She has
Live stream
regular videos.
Oh.
So you stream more than us.
Yeah.
Definitely, live streams are a good supplement to it, and you can definitely make a good living off of it. But as for making the most money, it's definitely the videos.
Unless you're willing to live stream like 8 to 10 hours a day.
And that's exhausting.
Which is a lot harder than it sounds.
And the good thing about videos compared to live streaming is, if you wanted to, and sometimes I've done this, you can record 7, 8, 9, 10 videos on Monday.
Like for this trip, you probably recorded both of you recorded a bunch of videos ahead of time, scheduled them. Like a lot of times I'll release a video at 6 in the morning and they'll be like, wow, Brandon, you woke up at 3 a.m. record. I'm like, no, I made it the day before, scheduled it for today.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot more flexibility, and I think it leads to less burnout, just regular videos. But if
Right.
you love streaming, it's a good thing to do on the side as a supplement.
What I used to do is, I do 2 videos a day, I still do. And what I used to do was, about 2 days in advance, I would record everything, then I would edit it, schedule it out, and I would keep that schedule. And I would take maybe Sunday off, but I would have videos come out, but I would just not look at YouTube. And you probably noticed, I usually respond to almost every single comment I see. I heart comments, I do all that stuff, I check my analytics, make sure everything's okay. And maybe the past week or 2 weeks, I started batch recording, where I just record everything I can on Monday, everything I can on Tuesday, like 9 hours each day. And then I would take Wednesday through Sunday off of YouTube completely, because I was just getting a little burned out, need a little bit of a break. So that's what I've been doing the past 2 weeks, is extended breaks.
Saw your name.
One on the right.
I saw his hand go up first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I think 2 people. We'll go with you next. Sorry, what was it?
I never had any luck with it before. I mean, I have a Twitter account, I've tried promoting it, I've tried using it, and it's never gone anywhere. I think the best way to promote your videos is just stick with YouTube. Just keep trying to grow your YouTube channel, because YouTube will push your video if it's doing well in the statistics, like the average view duration and the click-through rate. As long as your video is holding someone's attention and someone enjoys it, it's gonna push it out to another group of people, and if they enjoy it and they can watch all the way through half the video or more, it's gonna keep pushing it out further and further. So honestly, YouTube does the best at growing itself. I've never had any luck with outside growth.
I haven't either. I mean, there are some like re-upload subreddits and on Instagram where, you know, if you post your link, they'll re-upload it, but it gets maybe 10 views. It's really hard to get traction on social media until you've already built an audience.
Like even if you ended up getting on those news sites like Kotaku, like even then, like you maybe get like 1,000 to 2,000 views off of it, which is a lot if you're just starting out, but like once you start to make like, you want to make real money, like it's like an insignificant amount, you know?
Yeah, I would probably, I don't know if this is bad advice, but I would probably focus all your time and effort on making the best videos and making your videos, like we were talking about with titles, thumbnails.
As clickable
as possible, because that's going to be your fastest way to success. And obviously picking topics that people are searching. You know, if you pick knitting, you know, orange polka dot shirts, it's going to be hard to get people looking that up. But if you pick, you know, Minecraft something, there's going to be a lot more people searching that. So that would be my advice, because I've never had success on social media
No, me either.
promoting videos.
I had subreddits aren't bad for the game.
That would have been the one that I would say.
Because Scrap Mechanic, that was really good to begin with, but some subreddits do not like YouTubers posting. They think it's just self-promotion. But if you find the right subreddit, I mean, you can get a start there at least. that's at least with Scrap Mechanic. You weren't. I keep thinking you're Spy. I was like, hey, Spy, you started on Scrap Mechanic too. No. But yeah, I had a little bit of luck there. But like I said, there's certain subreddits they don't like it when YouTubers go in there and post their videos. So. Next question.
I know you had a question. Yeah. Do I say water weird? I don't know. I've had that question a lot. People are like, how do you say water? I'm from Philly, but I don't say water.
I say water.
I know water. That's what Sam says.
Water.
My girlfriend says water.
That's weird to me.
I think I say water. Is that normal or? Oh, you do say water. Okay, so you're on the Philly side.
Iron's a tough one.
Oh, he can't say iron to save his life.
Iron.
He goes iron. I didn't even know you were saying. I thought you were like telling me like you had to like go run away. Like one day you're like, oh, the iron. I'm like, all right, let me know when you're back. I thought you're like mining a block of iron. I was so confused.
I was mining a block of iron.
We'll go with both of you, but one in the front first.
How easy is it to get sponsors?
You gotta.
So in the beginning, it's tough.
You gotta watch though. As soon as you get any bit of traction, you start to get a lot of offers in your email, and a lot of them are not what you think they are. When it comes to sponsorships, how quickly did you start getting, like when you started getting traction?
I probably started getting emails around maybe 10,000 subscribers, 20,000 subscribers, but like Camodo said, you really have to sift through the emails. Even still, I mean, I probably get
50 a day.
50 offers a day, but most of them, a lot of them are spam, they're not even real, and a lot of them are really, really like either unfair, or like they'll be like, hey, we want you to make a 15, 20-minute video, and we'll give you a game for free. You know what I mean? So you have to sift through them, but I would say once you get to 15, 20K, you'll start getting a couple. They're probably not going to offer you a ton. They might just give you the product. That's what I noticed a lot. Like I got, what did I get at first? I think it was a pair of like headphones. They were like $20, $30 headphones, and that was one of my first ones I got. So it was, a pair of cheap headphones, but it was, all right, if you mention us in the beginning of the video, we'll send you the free headphones. You're gonna get a lot of those in the beginning. I'd say maybe 100K. I mean, it sounds like a lot. Once you get to 100K is when you start getting some better ones, where it's, hey, if you mention our product or if you mention our game, we'll give you money. There's exceptions. I know there's a lot of niche channels that might only have 20, 30K, but there's not a lot of channels with their topic, and they will get brand deals that are related to their channel. But if you're a broad gaming channel, vlogging channel, if you're kind of a generic YouTube channel, I'd say probably 100K before you're gonna get like fair offers and you're big enough to negotiate. Streaming on Twitch? I've never streamed on Twitch. I think you have, right?
I have like 7 years ago. I find people who stream on Twitch, the best thing to do is hire an editor and have them go through your entire stream and just make like funny highlight videos to throw up on YouTube. But I don't think growing a YouTube channel on Twitch is a good idea. I think it's better to focus on one or the other and then have the other one just supplement the other one after.
Yeah, like we're not against live streaming either. I think
I love live streaming.
us, the VODs, like VODs, or like regular videos are kind of our bread and butter. But I think what you said is right, is accurate. Like I would focus, if you want to stream, right? If you want to focus on live streaming, focus on live streaming and maybe cut up some highlights for YouTube. If you want to make regular videos, I would focus on that. Now, if you have extra time or a little extra content, then you could live stream and focus on the other one. But make sure you get really good at your craft before you explore the other options. That's my opinion.
No, that's a good opinion.
Yeah.
Today, my and you watch. So, how do you process both videos?
Like how do we come up with kind of what we're going to do each day?
We kind of just guess. I
I think I have a little more of a schedule. Like I kind of, all right, if I'm playing, I try to have like my strong videos, like a Baldi or whatever, once a week. So maybe every Monday I'll do a Baldi, you know, every Thursday I'll do Minecraft, and then I'll try to fill mine in. I think you guys kind of just see what trends.
So,
yeah.
Camodo and Spy usually wake up around 5 or 6 a.m. my time. I wake up around 11 or 12. I look at my phone, I see them yelling at me. I get
We're
online.
waiting on you. We've already recorded a couple videos because
I
we've been
get
just waiting.
online, and Spy's like,
Right, energy drinks,
energy drink, caffeine.
rub your eyes a little bit,
Right.
back exercises.
But usually I get online and I see if Camodo's playing anything new that might look good. I'll Spy. If it's getting a lot of views for them, I'm like, hey, maybe I'll try that myself. But Spy Kicks he's kind of like the unofficial leader of the group. He comes up with a lot of the ideas we do in Gary's Mod and Brick Rigs and stuff like that. So he'll say, hey, do you guys want to do that? And I almost always say yes. So that's where my ideas come up from. I just copy these guys and Spy.
Oh, I also remember we promised the guy behind the guy. Could you screen it? Yeah, maybe come up here.
Maybe
I'm
come up
sorry.
here.
Was it what inspired? I know what inspired us. Was it to get started? Or? Gotcha. Do you guys want to go? I know I have a story. Should I get my story?
Just start it.
So, I was an accountant for 5 years. I really did not like it. One day, I always tell the story, I'm honest. My old job, they had us work 27 days in a row, like weekends and everything, because we were really busy. And then they wanted us to come in the 28th day, and I told my boss I couldn't because I had like a 3-hour commute. So I was just completely burnt out from my old job. So my girlfriend Sam really loved watching some YouTubers, Markiplier. She watched a lot of these YouTubers, and for me it looked like it was fun. And I was like, hey, these guys are doing this for a job. I want to do that. I didn't realize it would take 2 years before I was able to, quit that accounting job. But that's, I got inspiration from some other YouTubers and from, watching my girlfriend watch these guys. That was my inspiration.
That was the same thing for me. I was working 2 jobs. I was working at UPS Freight and GameStop. And like Brandon, I was just exhausted, no days off at all. I would come home. I liked watching YouTubers before working anywhere. And I would watch Drake Gas, Matt Shea, and I was like, wow, these guys get to sit at home and play video games all day. I want to do that.
We didn't realize all the work that goes along with it.
I had no idea.
We were the people that think right now all we do is play for 15 minutes and,
Yeah.
play around. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of people ask me, so you play a game for 20 minutes a day and you're done with your job?
What do you do all day? Yeah.
I was like, well, no, I play for like 2, maybe 3 hours on an extreme case, and then I have to edit it. The thumbnail takes a long time for me.
That's one thing that I think I grossly underestimated. When you're watching a video, that little picture, I know a lot of people just think we don't even make it. We make all of those pictures. It could take an hour, 2 hours, but it's very important.
It's probably more important than the video itself almost.
Yeah.
Having a good thumbnail is almost everything, and title.
Me,
at a hotel.
I worked at a hotel. I was pretty much the same boat as these guys. I had a lot of free time at the hotel, so I would sit there and watch YouTube, and I was thinking, I'm stuck up here doing something I hate, watching these people do something they love. So I remember one day I just got sick and tired of it. I went and bought a mic, and I think I bought a webcam. I never used it, but I said, I'm gonna do this. I no longer want to do the hotel stuff, but it took.
This guy was a full-time YouTuber making great, livable money. And it took him 3 years to quit his hotel job.
Yeah,
scared.
I would think I had right at 100,000. No, I think it was actually over 100,000 subscribers, and I was still working at the hotel because I was terrified to actually give that up. Because I thought, all right, well, my channel, as soon as I do this, my channel's gonna die. So it took me a while to let go.
It's definitely a risk.
What?
It's a risk.
It's definitely a risk.
It's definitely not the most stable income. You're gonna have some month, if it becomes your full-time job, and this is 10 steps ahead. I wouldn't even think about money at first. Do it because you like it, but there's going to be months where, hey, wow, look at this, we're going to be eating steak and lobster every night, and then there's other months where you're looking for some ramen noodle, you know what I mean? Some months are great, some months are down, but that's just kind of, you know, your views are going to be up, your views are going to be down. Sometimes it's your fault, sometimes it's just, hey,
It's
people
almost
don't
always
have to
YouTube's
school.
fault.
Usually it's not your fault, but yeah, it's a little, there's some stress involved. You know, we always talk on our personal Discord page, hey, my views are down this month, you know, what can I do? But see way back there, the long hair? Yep. Yeah, maybe come up. It's hard to hear all the way back there. We have bad hearing.
Guys first start out doing, was it Gmail, was it like Brick Rings,
Which game did we start off with?
Oh, I started with Minecraft actually years ago, back before I was even Beautiful OB. I was trying to be a YouTuber back in like 2008 or 9 or something.
Or you were like around 50 back then.
50 years old, yeah.
50, wow, that's pretty, you were young.
You're gaining age. Creeps up on you. Yeah, I started with Minecraft, and then I played random games like Dead Island and stuff like that. And I just kept playing random games, and I remember sometime in 2016, it was like September 2016, I was on Steam, and I clicked on the upcoming releases, and I saw a game called Brick Bricks were coming out. And I was like, you know what? This game's gonna do really good on YouTube. So I scheduled both my jobs a day off, and I stayed at home. The moment Brick Bricks released, I bought it. I uploaded a video within like 30 minutes. I just rushed it out, and that's when I got traction. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm actually getting real views for the first time. I'm gonna keep playing Brick Bricks. And then I just started, I still play Brick Bricks, so it just never ends. Right, what are you doing?
I added a picture to my Instagram. Figured it'd be live. Isn't that cool? Like it's
So
I thought it was cool.
cool as that.
Way back there. Well, that's a nice pep in your step. I like it.
Excuse me if this question's already been asked, but what is sort of your post-YouTube strategy? Do you have one? Do you want to hit like a certain milestone or do other things?
It's a good question.
Or is it YouTube for life?
You definitely don't want to do YouTube for life unless you're like the size of probably like a Markiplier or something. Then might be a little easier, but you always want to find other like revenue streams. Definitely.
I know most YouTubers go into real estate.
Real estate. I mean, but that's also a really big commitment. But you definitely don't want to just say I'm going to be a YouTuber for life because you never know when that ship's going to sink. So definitely have other strategies, other things in place. What do you
I'm
have
still
in
kind of
place?
figuring it out. It's kind of I'm figuring it out. No, I mean, as of right now, I don't have any plans of quitting YouTube. I hope I can ride it out as long as I can. I think the end goal is to get to the point where, whether it takes 10 years, however long it takes, get to the point where we're financially stable, and if YouTube does crash and burn, we're not going to be in danger. And then just my goal would be to just make whatever video I want, whenever I want. You know, if I'm really busy and I'm going away, maybe I won't stay up until 6 a.m. to record videos so when I'm gone I don't miss an upload. But my goal is just to stay on YouTube as long as I can. I don't have any plan. Now, if you want to get into real estate or things like that to make, build your base and stay more stable, I think that's great, right? If you could have extra streams of income that are more stable than YouTube, that's fantastic. But as for quitting YouTube or what I want to do after YouTube, right now I don't have a plan. It's what I want to do forever for now.
So we only have about a minute left, I think. But if you guys want to meet us anywhere, we're going to be out there in the convention for a while.
Is it the Screenwave? I think we're going to be by the Screenwave tent. So it's a big blue tent that says Screenwave, and we can answer more questions if we missed any.
Yeah.
Would you mind bringing the camera up? I want to do one thing where you got for the vlog. I guess if you don't want to be in the vlog, you can put your head down, but I'm going to turn around. Frustrated dad.
That's the dad.
Alright, so I did this last time. I'm gonna get a little selfie of the three of us standing, and then when I lift it up, you guys are gonna scream as loud as you can, like it hurts your voice. Like OB's getting hit by the train. Alright, you ready? It's gotta be loud. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we just finished our panel. I think I did great, Obi was horrible, and Camodo did okay. Let's see this crowd. better than I was expecting. That will be on TFG Vlogs in like 2 weeks. Thank you guys.
Thank you.